Money anxiety is a silent battle many men face but rarely talk about. Society tells men to be strong, unshaken, and in control, especially when it comes to finances. But the pressure to earn, provide, and succeed can feel crushing. The fear of not having enough, the shame of struggling, and the constant comparison to others create a heavy mental burden. Stoicism offers a way to break free from this anxiety. It teaches us that true wealth isn't in our bank accounts but in our mindset. By shifting our perspective, we can find peace even in financial uncertainty. This isn't about ignoring reality, it's about mastering our emotions so money no longer controls us. Let's explore how Stoicism can help men overcome money anxiety and reclaim their mental freedom. Financial pressure impacts men's mental well-being. The weight of bills, debts, and financial obligations can create a fog that makes it hard to see a clear path ahead. Men often feel as if their value is tied to their ability to pay for life's necessities. When the pressure builds, it seeps into every corner of the mind. It can lead to stress that affects not only thoughts, but also emotions and physical health. Many find themselves losing sleep or feeling overwhelmed by a constant undercurrent of worry. The teachings of Stoicism remind us that much of this burden comes from the way we think about and react to what lies outside our control. Instead of fighting against these pressures, we are encouraged to accept them as part of life's natural ebb and flow. By recognizing that certain financial challenges are beyond our complete control, we can focus our energy on the choices we make in response. This quiet acceptance does not mean resignation. Instead, it means taking deliberate, thoughtful steps to manage the situation. Meditation on one's thoughts and emotions can open the door to understanding that stress does not have to control our lives. When we learn to balance our minds, we create room for calm and clarity. The simple practice of deep breathing or a short moment of quiet reflection can change the narrative of our day. It is important to remind oneself that financial pressures are temporary and that inner strength can be cultivated. In this light, every difficult moment becomes a chance to build resilience. We are taught that our response to hardship is what truly shapes our destiny. Embracing a mindset that blends practical action with calm acceptance helps us see that our worth is not diminished by monetary concerns. Instead, we find that our spirit grows stronger when we confront these challenges with honesty and courage. Each setback becomes a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. Slowly, we begin to understand that our mental well-being thrives when we nurture ourselves with positive thoughts and gentle actions. We learn that by managing the way we think about money, we gain control over the invisible chains that bind us. In this way, even financial difficulties can serve as powerful teachers in the art of living with grace. Societal expectations often link masculinity to financial success. Many men feel an intense pressure to be wealthy, or at least to appear successful in their financial endeavors. This expectation can become an invisible standard that forces them to work relentlessly, often ignoring their own well-being in the process. The gentle wisdom of ancient teachings urges us to question such societal norms and to find truth within ourselves. Instead of allowing external pressures to dictate our value, these teachings encourage us to look inward and recognize our strengths. It is important to remember that being a man does not mean bearing the burden of society's unrealistic expectations. True strength comes from the authenticity of one's heart and from accepting one's limits. When financial success is mistakenly equated with manhood, every challenge can feel like a personal failure. This belief leads to an internal struggle where one may feel less than enough. Yet, the core tenet of Stoic teachings is the idea of controlling our inner world. The wisdom here is that it is not the external labels that define us, but the internal courage to navigate life's storms. Men are invited to redefine success by looking at the quality of their character instead of the balance in their bank account. This perspective helps break the chains of comparison and competition that often lead to unnecessary suffering. The voice within, when nurtured by quiet strength and patience, reveals that our worth is not based on material accumulations. By returning to simple truths, one begins to see that the path to contentment starts with self-acceptance. In a world where success is often measured in dollars, this teaching provides a sanctuary of hope. It reminds each of us that true fulfillment stems from inner harmony, from moments of quiet resolve, and from the courage to live authentically. By embracing these ideas, we allow ourselves to step away from the unrealistic yardstick of society. We learn that caring for our well-being and nurturing our inner peace are the true marks of strength. Let these insights guide us as we learn to value our character over currencies and our heart over external opinions. Men may feel pressure to be the primary provider. In many families, the expectation falls on one to be the steady rock upon which everyone relies. This responsibility can feel both noble and overwhelming. The burden of being the main source of support for loved ones can tighten the grip of anxiety. The simple yet powerful teachings remind us that our role is not defined solely by our ability to provide material comfort. True provision comes from within. A kind word, a thoughtful gesture, and the resilience to keep moving forward despite challenges. Men are encouraged to balance their drive to provide with self-compassion. When the sole focus is on monetary success, one risks losing sight of the inner world and the joy of simple presence. It is essential to understand that providing is not only about wealth, but about sharing warmth, guidance, and emotional support. The wisdom of these teachings highlights that strength comes from acknowledging our vulnerabilities. By accepting that we all have limits, we open ourselves up to genuine connection and growth. The pressure to be the unyielding provider can sometimes leave little room for rest and self-care. Taking time to listen to our inner voice allows us to recharge. It is not a sign of weakness to pause and reflect. Rather, it is a necessary step in sustaining our ability to give. Life's challenges become more manageable when we combine the drive to act with moments of calm reflection. The journey to fulfillment is not a race to earn more, but a steady walk towards balance and peace. In focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and efforts, we free ourselves from the need to prove our worth through financial means alone. Instead of feeling crushed by the weight of expectations, we learn to stand tall with the confidence that comes from inner wisdom and self-respect. Each step taken in love and care becomes a small victory over pressure. The role of a provider transforms from an endless obligation to a journey of shared strength and understanding. Embrace the idea that your value is found in every gesture of care, every silent moment of courage, and every instance of honest reflection. In recognizing that you are more than a source of income, you nurture a deeper sense of purpose and inner calm. Talking about money struggles can feel like a weakness. Many men have been taught to keep their financial hardships hidden. Admitting that money is a source of anxiety can be seen as a failure to be strong. This silence can make the burden even heavier. In contrast, the gentle counsel of ancient wisdom teaches us that true strength lies in honest self-reflection. When we allow ourselves to speak honestly about our challenges, we invite clarity and understanding into our lives. But sharing these private battles is not easy. Many feel trapped by the fear of judgment and the worry that others might see them as inadequate. The teachings of Stoicism encourage us to see our struggles with compassion. They remind us that every person has battles that are hidden behind a calm surface. By opening up in a safe space, you can begin to dissolve the power of shame. It takes courage to acknowledge that you are not invincible, that you too face the same difficulties as others. This acceptance does not diminish your worth. It enhances your capacity for resilience. In learning to accept financial struggles as part of life, you find a path to growth. Instead of being weighed down by the silent pressure to appear strong, you learn that sharing can be a form of strength. Speaking about your difficulties does not mean you are weak. It means that you are honest with yourself and others. It means you are ready to seek help and advice. When you express your worries, you also open the door to support from those who care for you. In these moments, the teachings remind you that vulnerability is not a flaw. It is a bridge to deeper understanding and connection. Every honest conversation becomes a source of comfort, a reminder that you are not alone. Embrace this idea and allow yourself the freedom to share. Do not let fear stand in the way of healing. Let your sincere words be the light that guides you through dark times. In this process, learn that the act of sharing can transform pain into a stepping stone for a stronger, wiser heart. Your honesty becomes a quiet testament to the power of true inner courage and the promise of a brighter tomorrow. Job insecurity and economic uncertainty fuel anxiety. Job insecurity and economic uncertainty fuel a deep and pervasive anxiety for many men. In an ever-changing world, the worry about losing a job or not being able to secure a stable income can seem overwhelming. Each day brings new challenges that test our determination and self-worth. The ancient teachings guide us to focus on the present moment, to hold fast to what is within our power, and to release the burden of fear about the unknown. These gentle words remind us that the future is unpredictable, but our inner strength remains constant. When your job is uncertain, it is natural to feel uneasy, as the stability of tomorrow seems dimmed by today's challenges. Yet by embracing the idea of living in the now, you can soften the sting of uncertainty. Concentrate on building the inner resources that make you resilient. In times of economic flux, every small action counts. Each effort, each quiet decision made with care and thoughtfulness contributes to a foundation that is unshakable. The practice of accepting the transient nature of life can free you from the chains of worry. Instead of being paralyzed by the fear of what might come, you can learn to meet each moment with calm assurance. Remember that fear is a natural part of life, but it does not have to control your decisions. In this state of alertness, you can discover new possibilities by focusing on what you can do rather than what you cannot change. Think of economic uncertainty as a call to harness your inner wisdom and to direct your energy toward meaningful actions. When you adopt a steady approach, grounded in resilience and inner peace, the storm outside becomes easier to weather. Every setback is then seen as a chance to learn, to adapt, and to grow stronger. Allow these moments of insecurity to sharpen your resolve. In building a life rooted in inner strength rather than external conditions, you pave the way for a future where you are the captain of your fate. Each day, with its challenges, is an invitation to cultivate the quiet power within you. Embrace this journey with gentle determination and trust that each step forward is progress toward a more secure and hopeful tomorrow. Comparison with others' perceived wealth intensifies stress. Comparison with others' perceived wealth intensifies the stress of modern life. In a world filled with images of success and abundance, it is easy to fall prey to the trap of measuring one's worth against that of another. Many men find themselves overwhelmed by the constant barrage of comparisons. These images often do not tell the whole story, yet they become a yardstick by which people judge themselves. The timeless teachings remind us to seek truth in our own experiences and to focus on our inner value rather than on external appearances. When you look around and see others enjoying a facade of wealth, it can create a deep sense of inadequacy. This feeling does not come from any real failing on your part, but from the lure of an ideal that may not even be real. The simple wisdom of living in the present can help you to break free from this cycle. Instead of comparing your journey to another's, look for the richness that lies within your own life. True wealth is not measured in material possessions, but in the strength of your character and the depth of your experiences. Each moment of joy, every small triumph, contributes to an inner wealth that outshines any external glitter. When you let go of the need to measure yourself by another's success, you open up space for genuine satisfaction and inner calm. The lessons teach that every person's path is unique, and that your struggles are not a reflection of your worth. Embrace the idea that growth and self-improvement are deeply personal. Every effort you make to learn and improve builds a reservoir of inner strength that is immune to outside comparison. The act of focusing inward helps you to realize that comparison is a distraction from the true work of living. Your journey is one of self-discovery, one of building resilience and finding peace in the face of challenge. Do not let the shadows of others' perceptions dim the light of your own progress. Instead, seek inspiration in your growth, knowing that true success emerges from within. This quiet understanding empowers you to pursue your goals with clarity and dedication. Trust that your unique experiences and inner strength are the real measures of your worth. In focusing on your own path, you build a life that is rich, authentic, and deeply satisfying. This silent struggle can negatively affect relationships and health. in ways that are hard to see at first glance. The stress of feeling inadequate in the realm of money can seep into your interactions with those you love. It may cause feelings of isolation or lead to mood swings that can strain even the strongest bonds. The wisdom passed down through the ages teaches us the importance of inner calm and self-compassion. When you are burdened by worries about financial matters, every conversation and every moment of togetherness can feel tainted with anxiety. The gentle advice is to first care for your own inner well-being, so that the love you share with others is not dimmed by unresolved tension. Relationships flourish best when the heart is at peace. That inner peace comes from the understanding that worth is not measured in monetary terms. It is shaped by the quality of your thoughts, the depth of your feelings, and the resilience you show in the face of adversity. When you ignore the signs of stress, you risk letting anxiety seep into family life and friendships. Health, too, is affected when worry takes root. The body is sensitive to mental strain. It responds to prolonged stress with tension, fatigue, and even illness. The teachings encourage you to make small, mindful choices that restore equilibrium. Take time for quiet reflection, for gentle walks in nature, and for moments of sincere conversation with those who truly understand you. Each positive act becomes a brick in the foundation of a healthier life. As you begin to untangle the web of anxiety, you create space for honest, nurturing connections. In caring for your mental health, you pave the way for relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. Your inner journey toward balance sets the tone for how you interact with the world. In this way, every effort to reduce stress benefits both your body and your relationships. Recognize that the burden of financial worry is not yours to bear alone. Reach out for support in quiet, affirming ways, and allow the gentle truths of inner strength to guide you back to health and harmony. Money anxiety is real, but it doesn't have to control you. Stoicism offers a path to freedom. By mastering your mind, you master your life. You are more than your finances. You are resilient, capable, and unbroken. Start today. Choose peace over panic. That's true wealth.